Hello, everybody,
Hey.
and welcome to All Things.
Cam and Kay. Hey.
Hey, hey, hey. So tonight, we are here, as we always are on this night, doing our P-Valley recap.
Well, hold up. It's the P-Valley recap.
Okay, Uncle Good. Okay.
Re.
Yes.
Okay.
So, I think my glasses got a glare and I have to take them
It does. It has a little glare.
Okay, so this Katori, I really
Did she? I
enjoyed
don't think she
your
wrote this
writing.
episode.
I think she did.
Did she? I didn't see. I
think so.
Okay.
Whoever wrote this one, this last one, what do you remember the name?
I don't.
We're gonna get better.
I don't. Normally I do. I left my notes at home, so.
Sorry. We're gonna do it anyway. But I was really the opening. Loretta Devine did her thing. She was giving me Dream Girl life-ish. She was doing her thing because I'm a Loretta Devine fan.
Oh, really? I had an old coworker. She could not stand Loretta Devine. She didn't like her voice, but I like Auntie. She is like
Auntie, she's a creative.
I like
She's
her. I like her in
great.
everything she do.
You know, I think sometimes people want to do the whole comparison thing. Loretta Devine, we love you. She's had a great career.
She's always
she's
working.
been in Dream Girl. She's been in all these different things. So
Waiting to exhale. Come on now.
and they always have her singing. So she don't have to like her voice. We like it, and so does her.
She doesn't like her speaking voice.
Oh, ain't nothing wrong with Aunt Loretta.
Hey,
But I like her. I just like her because she always comes across.
Clifford,
My grandson.
Little Murder, is that you?
Or is it little Juju B? I think that she always brings life to the character
does.
she plays,
She's
and you
good.
believe her. So we sorry that you didn't like her voice, but that's why she gets that check.
All right. So I'm relying on you tonight. I saw it a few days ago. I mean, I still remember some stuff, but as you say it.
I
so.
really liked how they went through the timeline with her singing that song,
yes.
and how they showed, and it all tied in to what we'll talk about later on, how the Pynk came to be. It all
Pynk.
tied in, the Pynk, how it went down through the generations, which was a prelude to Uncle Clifford later on giving a monologue about how his whole entire
But
family.
his mama though, Miss Beulah.
Beulah was pretty. She was a beautiful woman. But how his grandfather used to drink over there at that bar, and his other great grandfather got in a fight over there.
It's history in that club.
And that's why he doesn't want to get rid of it.
That's
It's
why I
not
don't
just.
agree. It's not. You
it's
can't
his
just put a
family's
price
history.
tag on it.
Yeah.
Even though I think though he was willing to sell it was at a good price point.
Haley,
But it's a nice. But it's a lot of history in that club though, and I did like when like you said, Loretta, or grandmother was not grandmother.
Grandmother.
You know, so that was a nice opening. You know, I like a lot of their openings though. Show openings, it's good.
So, thumbs up to the openings. And so, of course, we had Haley. She came with that price tag. Talking about, well, you know, they did offer us. I like how her and Uncle Clifford have agreed to disagree, and he does not like. He doesn't not like her. He does not like what she's doing.
Yeah.
Because
He feels because of that. He feels like he can't trust her.
he's disappointed because he feels like she wasn't forthcoming with her plans for the
Her
Pynk.
intentions, yeah.
But she did say, you know, I'm doing this for my daughter, which was a little red flag because her daughter is deceased.
Yeah.
And Uncle Clifford gently checked her and said, your daughter's not here. Yeah. And I think that made her have to go within herself to put some things into perspective that her daughter is gone.
Yeah, so I don't know if she's still like in denial a little bit or haven't really come to grips that her child is no longer with her. I can't even imagine that, you know, not having your child being gone, especially at a young age, you know,
and that didn't even
before you.
Life.
Yeah, so
yeah,
that was kind of sad there.
But I did also like how, since we on Haley, how she went after he said that she thought about Mississippi. She's really, I think it didn't show it, but she's like, dang.
She's been through what she's going through with the guy that her husband that they killed, because he was abusive and stuff. So
Right.
she she feels her. She wants to
She
help
wants to
save her. You know, like her episode of a few episodes ago. You know how when Uncle Clifford was narrating, saying that everybody wants to save her, but she has to want to save herself. And I think she's at that point now. She's at that point. She gotta get that courage.
She gotta get that little
push.
push.
And that good game plan, because I know volunteering in places like Haven, where you have as women who were abused or raped, you know, with their children. You know, they have stories, and one thing that's always common, like when you hear their testimonies and what the counselors tell women who are in that predicament, is to get to have a safe plan to get out.
Yeah, and that's the key. You have to have a plan, because if your plan falls through, you could end up dead.
Yeah,
and that's a. I'm glad you touched on that, because that's a lot of things too. People fail to realize that even homeless people end up homeless because they are women who are running from abusive people, and they don't have anywhere to go, and they don't feel
with their children
safe,
like in shelters and stuff,
to go to a certain place, so they rather live on the streets than what they feel like.
That's more freedom for them than being trapped in a house with somebody who's beating your ass all the time.
Beating that ass. And then, but I like how she approached her in the store. And she, you know, she's reaching out to her, because a lot of people are mad at Mississippi because she went on tour and making that money. But the thing they fail to realize, she thought that if she, in her mind, she thinks that if she can make this money, then she can make him happy. They can get the things that he can't. But the bottom line is, he's a bum. She's been supporting them all along, and he just keeps making excuses. And then he wants to make up with it, saying, I love you, and trying to lay the pipe. But anyway, I was really happy when Haley came. She played it off, because Haley's a smart girl.
She's very smart.
And she brought her phone. She like, girl.
Yeah. And I didn't know that Haley gave her a gun.
I didn't either. So that was good, like, breadcrumb, because it was like, oh.
She gave her the gun. Cause I'm like you, though, because we still like on the Haley and Mississippi plot line. When she came over with that bag, I thought it was like poison to her.
I know, I was like, she got rat
poison. She done crushed some herb that's undetected, you know.
Tell him to smoke these.
Sprinkle this in his oatmeal, you know, but so they do have herbs like that. It's undetected and make it look like a heart attack, but you know, I didn't say that.
But we really did. I know I could say we really did like the fact that she is reaching out to her, and also that she gave her a little phone. She like, look up what happened to my daughter, and then get back with me.
Yeah,
because she wants to give her food for thought as to how far and how bad things can be. Because her daughter is now deceased and she can't save her, so maybe she could save Mississippi, so she can save her children as well.
And speaking of daughters. Mercedes and Terica.
Woo! Girl, can you imagine how heartbroken Mercedes was when her daughter came to her and said, I'm pregnant?
Yeah, because it's like that cycle. Because I know parents, they want their child to be better and do better than them. So, you know, at 14, she's 14. 14. And, you know, she got caught up, little boy.
And Mercedes has been fighting so hard to try to show Mercedes wants to better herself so she can be worthy of her daughter's love. And so I thought it was beautiful how
I love how they're diving into their relationship. I really like that storyline because Terica still have some abandonment issues, you know, that her mom, but she said, how come you didn't want me? She was like, I was a child myself.
And I think that's a great storyline because there's a lot of people that have experienced that think that their parents don't want them. And that's not the case. When you're 14 years old, you are doing what you are told. Basically, you know, people are telling you you're too young to have a baby. You should have it. You shouldn't have it. And so what I loved was their dialogue and how they got to talk and how she started reflecting back to how her mother treated her.
I was like, dang, that diner is all coming back now. That diner scene. Oh my God, Miss Patrice was a mess. I mean, just abusing her right in front of everybody.
She was a hater. Miss Patrice was a hoe herself.
Yeah.
And she was mad because Mercedes had a boyfriend who was giving her money and taking care of her. And she was mad over that, like, you know, you're a whore. How you a hoe when you get paid for it? No, I'm just playing.
But he shouldn't have been with her because he was a grown ass man. So,
Yeah.
but the way that Miss Patrice just treated her, it's just. I was like,
She
wow.
told her, I'm a little short on cash, and then looked behind her at this guy that was staring at Mercedes, and
she almost like pimped her out.
She was trying to pimp her daughter, and it was okay if she did it.
Right.
She told her, you going over there, and you know, and she looked at her. She said, I don't have to do that because I got some money.
Right.
And so it was almost like her mother was jealous, and she said, well, where you get some money?
But you know, by her saying that though, that happened all the time.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that happened regularly. You know, but
so we don't know if they would have robbed him or what, or if she was actually, but she was jealous because she's like, she had a boyfriend who gave her money, and I think that was horrible because even at a young age, if a boy really does like you, he will try to do things for you and make sure. But
and with that, and I can kind of relate to what Mercedes told Terica. She was saying that how Miss Patrice told her she wanted her to get an abortion, and she didn't. However, my mom told me when she was pregnant with me, she was pregnant with me at 17 and, you know, a senior in high school. Mm-hmm. And so she said that's what my grandmother told her to do. But my mom said she was like doing the opposite of what she said. So she was like, I'm going to keep it. Mm-hmm. I'm like, well, I'm so glad you.
Girl, my friend. Best friend. I wouldn't know what that was like, girl. Give a little piece of my heart, now, baby. I think a lot of times adults are afraid. They're afraid of what other people are going to think. So they just try to, just because if you're 14, 15, 16, 17, and you have sex and you get pregnant, you can get pregnant the first time. It's just something that happens. But I think that parents should, they got to educate themselves better. But the thing I loved about Mercedes, she was turning into her mother, but she caught herself.
She caught herself. She
was
thought back like, I would not be like this woman.
And how did I feel? When she looked in that mirror and saw her mother, she was like, whoa, you messed up right now.
I like that scene. I like that scene.
And it took her back to say what, and I love the fact that she gave her the choice. She said, what
you know what you have to.
You want to do. What do you want to do? It don't matter about that little pissy boy and y'all in love right now. But what do you want for you?
And she said, I'll be here for you, whatever you choose.
That was so powerful. That was like so powerful. And I hope that a lot of young girls get a chance to see this episode. If they could just pause that part. Because it's not really meant for teenagers. But just even as an example to people our age, say, you know, love your daughter. Because it's not easy. And then she told her, she said, you didn't tell me nothing about sex. You told me don't do it. Don't give it up to some little nappy-headed boy. And again, we have to educate our daughters on sex and have real conversations and stop being afraid. But that's something that happens in the black community. They don't tell you anything. My mother said some girls do, some girls don't. And God loves a virtuous woman, and virtuous and virgin is not the same thing.
Yeah. I know my mom probably feel kind of proud because I held out for a long time. You know, I was in church and all that kind of stuff, so I held out for a minute.
I did too. I went and got a hug. I didn't wait till the marriage night, but anyway.
But conversations need to be had.
So we love that part. Yeah. Oh, Mercedes character, I can see evolving.
She is evolving.
Yes. Mm-hmm. And I think too was giving her the strength to stand up and fight for her child because she always. I loved when Terica told her, basically, you don't have to prove nothing to me. All I ever wanted was for
you to love me and be my mom.
I was like, girl,
that's all kids want.
That's
all they want. You don't have to be perfect.
And listen to them.
Yes, that part. Girl, Little Murder. Little Murder. What Cliff said? Little Murder. Little Homicide. Little Calculator.
But we found out Little Murder can cook.
Little Murder can cook.
He was burning them some other pork chops. I wanted to get me. I was like,
grandmother was like, I know Cliff didn't cook this. So
she's like, his skill set, because that dressing and chicken, I wasn't eating that mess. I loved how they showed us the backstory to delve more into who Uncle Clifford is and how they showed his mother. They didn't really say a lot about her, but she was beautiful. Yeah. She was a beautiful
and
woman.
She let him be him. Because remember when Murder and Cliff had the conversation, she was like,
Murder was like,
right? Because he said he was walking around the Pynk whenever it was before the Pynk, 4 years old with his purse, and he said Mama would just would snap at anybody who would say something funny.
You better not say nothing to Uncle Clifford.
He was like that when you were little.
Right. So that goes to show you that Murder probably did not get like that until he went to prison. Because he did question Clifford. He was like, so you always been like that? And he was like, yes. He was like, because everybody can't appreciate the sunshine. And I shine all the time. I said, well, you better shine on and flame on and all that. But I really liked how, with their relationship, how he noticed that he had the postcards that he had sent him. Mm-hmm. And so they did have that dialogue, like, what was your favorite postcard? And he was like, the one that you sent me that said, I love you in red.
Yeah. And then the part, it was so sad when they, when grandmother was hallucinating, because she done went to the,
went to the river.
About to go to be baptized.
She was going on to be with the Lord. She's like, I feel like going on.
No.
But what was funny to me was
God is trying to tell you something.
Okay, you gotta do that.
Right now. But she was about to walk to the so they they grabbed her. She was ready. She's just ready.
She was ready at the club.
Kind of ready. But she was like she wasn't ready yet.
Because the daughter was trying to give her a drink. And she's like, I ain't taking nothing from no dad person. No.
I ain't ready yet.
I ain't ready yet.
But yeah, and they got her. And
yeah.
But so y'all know, you've been watching. I kind of saw that some episodes ago of as soon as
peeping everything.
As soon as she said she had COVID, I'm like, oh Lord, she gonna die.
She peeped that 2 episodes ago. She was like, I think she gonna die. I was like, hey, but she was right. But it was a tender moment when he told him to tell her goodbye. I was like,
yes, he was like Cliff. He was like. Say your, he was like, I'll see you later or something. When you get home, he was like, say your goodbyes.
And then the other thing, when my grandmother was like, you smell like death.
Yeah.
You came in here, and it's like, and it's funny because that is like a old wives' tale that when somebody is about to die,
they smell death.
They can smell death. Mm-hmm. So they use that example as well. Mm-hmm. Like,
so what else happened in the? We talked about Haley and Mercedes and. Little Murder and Cliff had their moments.
They had their tender love. Girl, I was laughing. I was like, Clifford had his big self laying on Murder. I was like,
it was like so mismatched.
Uncle Clifford is a manly man. He ain't no little brother. He got to be about 6'4", 6'5". I was like, "Whoa, all right, Uncle Clifford."
Man. He's supposed to be 40 in P Valley, right?
Well, we know he 40. Well, we know he like 50.
And Little Murder is younger. So yeah.
So what else? But I'm tired of her husband, Mississippi's husband, trying to shuck and jive.
All tired of him.
I want him to get hurt.
He's gonna die, like I said, and I think I said this last week, but she's gonna finally end up killing him in self-defense.
He's gonna do something to that baby, and once you do something, but
they better Katori, somebody, other writers. Come on, we about sick of Derek now.
But we understand. But the other thing I liked is Tariq. Remember that name?
Oh,
Rest in peace. Yeah, rest in peace. how
Big
Teak, how what's the guy with a nice voice? The mortuary guy.
The one Woody or something like that.
Woody called and said they ready for you to go back on tour. Of course, Little Murder is mourning. And he said, I just can give him a, but just put him in a box. And I love the fact that Little Murder said no. He was like, no, we're going to bury him.
We're going to do it proper.
Yeah, we're going to bury him right. But I just kind of wish that, I know it's going to come out later, but I really wish that he would have told him about him. Because I got a little red flag when they didn't use no condom.
Well, who didn't use it?
When
Teak and Murder did.
I'm talking about when Little Murder and Uncle Clifford did, and he said, "Are you all right? You sure you got no tests?"
Y'all look. Well, you know what? I can't really talk. But before you get intimate with someone, ideally, you want to check. Did you get tested? It's a lot of crap out here.
When's the last time? Especially now they got that monkeypox. What the fuck?
Girl, the monkeypox. I think I'm just gonna have my mask on everywhere I go, cause
no, but they said that was transmitted with I don't know.
No, you still can be, but you have to be very close. But okay, we're not talking monkeypox.
Anyway, but
that's another podcast.
We're kind of. But so overall, we really did like this episode.
It was a good episode.
It touched on a lot of things.
Episode. I really liked it.
And I'm excited to know what she's gonna read up about the information that Haley gave her, told her to read up on Haley, because Haley's name must not be Haley, because I think that was her daughter's name.
Yeah, Haley's name is something. I forgot what her real name is, because her husband called it when he met up with her last season.
Yeah.
So I forgot though. So let's get some predictions. What do you think is going to happen? Let's say next week, like if they do the Derek and Mississippi plot line again.
I think that Derek is gonna hurt the baby, and I think that's gonna put her over the edge, because she really does love her children, and she's caught up in that young love that her and Derek have, and her just having abandonment issues. Because her father wouldn't. But I think that's about to come to a head. And
at first I thought maybe, I didn't think, it's still a strong possibility that she kills him in self-defense. But now that Haley is kind of involved, and she gave her that phone, I think Haley might end up doing something to him. I don't know.
She might help her sister out.
Yeah, she might help her sister out. They probably meet up, and he probably follow her somewhere. Something go down. He's trying to fight the both of them, and
Well, we know that. I still think that Mississippi is going to end up with Diamond, because he's still thinking about her. I don't know. Big Bone.
But right now, even though he's still thinking about her, but he trying to front like he don't want nothing to do with her. But
you can't be with the one you love the one you with.
Love the one you with.
Get some from the one you with.
But so that's my prediction. And with
what do you think
is going to be mayor though? Do you think Andre going to win? Do you think Miss Patrice going to win, or do you think the white guy going to win?
I think they're going to go through a lot of drama with that, and I think the white guy is probably going to win. But I know Miss Patrice going to do everything in her power.
Miss Patrice is determined.
What she said?
She's conniving.
But she said, y'all, I ain't for the Chuckaloosa for me to be married. I was like, okay, girl, you doing too much. But she's always doing too much. I think she is, her character, I believe her, because it's people like that.
She's a good actress.
I just like P Valley, period.
She's a good actress.
Yeah,
it's a good show. It's a good show.
They have a great cast.
They do a great ensemble of actors, and they all feed off of each other. It's really a good ensemble. I like them.
It's magic.
Yep. All right, y'all. So
thank you for joining us. Thank you for joining us for P Valley's recap
on all things Cam and Kay.
So if you have any comments, drop them down below. If you want to reach out and contact us at
allthingscamandk@gmail.com.
And with that being said, I'm Cam.
I'm Kay.
And we will see you next time.
Bye.
Power of the